Hello, my dear Cancer, and welcome to your general November reading. My name is Heather from the Crystal Vein Tarot. Welcome and thank you for joining me. As a general reading, the messages will not resonate with everyone the same way, so I will try to provide explanations for both career, money, and love and relationships. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and let's get started. Now, I did meditate on the cards, shuffle, and pull the cards. You had a lot of jumpers, Cancer. This is why you have 5 cards. Everyone else has had, all the other signs have only had 4 cards, which would be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 for November. So this will be a final advice card at the end of the reading. The deck I'm using is the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. And I'm also going to pull 2 extra cards at the end, advice cards. One is the Wisdom for Healing cards, and the other is Living Reiki Healing cards. So Cancer, we start at the first week of November with the Ace of Coins. So this is the energy that's around you for that first week of November. And the Ace of Coins, aces are always about new beginnings that are coming in. And when the Ace of Coins shows up in a reading, it's usually here to tell you or to help you see that new pathways come in many forms. And sometimes the smallest opportunities end up becoming the big changes in our lives. So it is indicating that there's some kind of new opportunity on the horizon for you. And so to make sure that you're keeping your eyes open now, with it being a Pentacles or Coins card, this is the Earth physical. So usually that opportunity will manifest or express itself in the Earth or physical elements. So this is your lendables, things like money, possessions, security, can even be security of your physical body, so your health. And that's the energy that's around you, Cancer. Now, with respect to career, the Ace of Pentacles is a positive sign. So for this first week of November, Cancer, you could be starting a new job, you could be getting a raise at work or a promotion, or there could be investment opportunities, or even an opportunity or for new income. So for example, it could be a new creative project or idea that you have, that you might have a day job, but you also have a hobby that you've been enjoying doing, and you've been thinking about turning it into something that can create money or increase your finances. And the Ace of Coins is here to tell you that this is the time to start it and to work on planning and getting that idea off the ground. Now, with respect to relationships, this can indicate the possibility of a new relationship for this first week of November, Cancer. But it is a card about small steps and small beginnings. So it's not so much that you're going to meet someone and you're going to be swept off your feet by them. It's someone that is, and it might be someone that you wouldn't even normally give a second look or a second thought to, and you just, for some reason, you get that little nudging from the universe to take that second take with this person. And then as you start talking to them, you find out that you find them very interesting and charming. And so it's that kind of a new beginning in a relationship, something that starts off small but has that long-term stability that can come with it, and that security that can come with it. So that's your energy for the first week of November, Cancer. And then for the second week, we have it's the 5 of Wands. So Wands energy, that is fire energy. So the Wands are Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So this could be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius person that's in your life. And this could also be qualities that you're expressing, or someone with these qualities that are coming in. So the 5 of Wands qualities are, that's about, it's rivalry, challenges, obstacles. So it could be someone could be very, argumentative with you right now, or perhaps you're being argumentative with other people. So that's the one way that this card could be manifesting. So that could be in work or in relationships. And so when the 5 of Wands is showing up, it's here to help you for this second week to get through any challenges or obstacles or tension that you might be experiencing right now. So it's telling you or advising you that it is time to see where your thoughts are confusing you, and where there's any conflict, and where any conflict is directing your energy into the wrong kinds of things. So this card is asking you to rise above that in your life. Now, with respect to career, again, if you are currently working, you could be finding yourself in an environment that's a little bit a cutthroat type of industry, or it could where people feel like they're pitted against each other. But it could also be that someone in your workplace is challenging you, challenging your authority if you happen to be a manager or a boss. Or it could even be that someone is backstabbing you and speaking poorly of you, and that's creating that tension or conflict. So just be mindful of that in that second week, Cancer, and keep your eye open for those kinds of things that might be going on. Now, with respect to your relationships and family, well, if you're single, you might be finding that you're going through a dry spell at the moment, or a tough time meeting the right person. So there could be personality clashes with the people that you've been trying to date, criticism, jealousy. All these things could be coming into play right now. Now, if you feel that the Five of Wands is representing another person, then they're quite conflicted. But it could also just indicate that you're going through a difficult time right now. Now, if you're in a relationship, the Five of Wands can also show you that you're going through a rough patch in your relationship with you or your other people. It could even, again, relate to family members. It doesn't have to be a romantic type of relationship. So it could be friends and family, that there's a lot of conflict and tension in your relationships right now. And you also could be finding that you're feeling like you have to compete for someone's affection. So this is what could be coming around you right now, and that could be the energy that's around you for the second week of November, Cancer. And then in the third week, we move into the Hermit energy. So the Hermit is, and it's actually, you have the Hermit, faith, followed by Faith, which is the Hierophant, and that's followed by Death. So the last half of November has a lot of heavy energy for you, Cancer, because these are three major arcana cards. So these are not just situations or feelings or changes or emotions or instances that just come in one day and out the next. These are things that how you react and what you do to what's going on around you, and these energies, they stay with you for quite a while, and they actually have quite a significant impact in your life. So do pay attention in that last half of November to what is going on around you, Cancer, and yeah, just be mindful of what's going on around you for sure for that last half, and just know that the energies, you might be feeling like it's a little bit heavy, but it will lighten up. And especially with that Death card being that little bit of advice at the end of the month. So with the Hermit, getting back to the Hermit card, the Hermit is about going within for clarity. It's a quest for personal truth, spiritual illumination. So if you have been, if you are coming out of or experiencing tension, whether or not it's in your career, relationships, even just you or just people around you, everyone seems to have like they're jealous, they're gossipy, and you're not you're feeling like your energy vibration is being dragged down by people around you. The Hermit card here is coming in because, you know, it may be time for you to go within and start thinking about the type of people that you have around you, and the type of people you want to have around you, and how that impacts your energy, and what you can do to kind of rise above that energy so it's not dragging you down and you're not feeling suffocated by that in your life. So with the Hermit card, it also, the energy with the Hermit card, it's telling you that you have the capacity for deeper understanding of yourself and of others. And this card is here to tell you that that Spirit is here to help you find your light within. so that one day you can use your own light to help illuminate and raise the vibration levels of other people around you. And so that's really the main message with the Hermit card, and that can apply to any area of your life, whether or not it's your career or your relationships. And then for the final week of November, Cancer, we have Faith, which is also, just want to make sure there's no glare on the card. We have Faith, which is also known as the Hierophant in most decks, or many decks. And this is actually the card of Taurus. So this could indicate a Taurus that has a significant impact in your life or is an important person to you in your life. And the Hierophant is, it's all about traditions, conventional wisdom, conventional expectations, conformity, following the rules. It can also speak to, in relationships, it can be talking about marriage as well, and the traditions in relationships. So when the Hierophant shows up, or Faith is showing up, it's here to awaken you to new possibilities and to guide you through the path of those who came before you, and knowing that the traditions, the policies that are in place, all those rules, everything, that tried and true method of doing something, it has worked before for everyone else, and it will work for you too. So it's here to help you access the knowledge that you need to move forward with whatever tension the situation is that you were experiencing in that second week of November. And so this card's also about knowledge and higher wisdom, but in a very conventional way. And with respect to career, you could be contemplating going back to school or taking some night courses, or even pursuing a different career altogether. The Hierophant often reflects a mentor or a teacher, so it could also be that someone's guidance or mentorship could influence your career. So it could be a boss or a colleague, a coach, that kind of a thing. You could also be at a point where you're putting your career priorities on the back burner in order to tend to your spirituality and your spiritual education. Now, with respect to a relationship, family, those kinds, that area of your life, the Hierophant speaks of tradition and values. So the presence of this card can indicate that the importance of tradition within a relationship, either to you or the person you're in a relationship with. So, and the Hierophant is also concerned with conformity and following traditions and traditional paths. So again, this could be if you are in a new relationship, or you're in a more matured relationship. It could also be about taking that next step, or that next moving to that next level in that relationship. So the final advice, that the final card that jumped out for you, Cancer, was Death. So the Death energy. So this could just be an energy that's around you towards the end of November and moving into December. But I feel like this is more about some advice on how to handle any of this negative energy, and going within and whatever's going on with that in your life. And so the Death card is actually one of my favorite cards. That and the Tower are my two favorite cards in the tarot deck, because they have a significant impact in your life, but there's such great opportunities. There's so much potential and opportunity that's associated with them, because the Death card is here to tell you and remind you that it's time for you to transform, that it's here, it's showing itself to help you see what no longer serves you, so that you can enter into a new chapter in your life, and that it also it's getting rid of the old, and that which does not serve you anymore, to make space to allow for growth and to allow things to come in that will serve you. Because you see, I mean, the Death card here, let me bring it up again. There's all this death around it, the Grim Reaper's here, and then you have this single white rose growing up. So this is, even through all the death, there's also life, and there's hope, and there's, you know, there's the regeneration that comes after death. So it's not a card that is to be feared. It is a very positive card. The only thing is sometimes it comes with emotional, like, you know, people do not like change, and people can be afraid of change, and with that it can create a bit of insecurities and instabilities in your life. But do remember that that's only temporary, because that's just what needs to happen in order to make that space for the new to come in. So a death card can indicate, it can indicate a change of jobs with respect to your career. But also remember too that it doesn't mean that the change is outside of your control. So it's it's just that you might be feeling like you're working in a dead-end job that you need to move from, but you just haven't had the... You've literally have been afraid to change jobs, because even though you might feel like it's a dead-end job and you're not happy in it, still, again, that change, people fear that change, and you're afraid of that change, because then comes the unexpected. And so death is here to remind you that no, the opportunity still will present itself, but you have to release and let go of what's not serving you anymore. And with respect to any kind of relationships, whether they're romantic, family, friendships, it tells you to trust your intuition. So it's you could be, if you are in a relationship, you could be in a relationship that you know that it's not working, but you haven't been able to break it off again because it's that fear of change and the unknown. But it doesn't always signify a breakup. It can also signify a deep change that affects you and your partner. So it could be news, it could be welcome news. Like, for example, it could even indicate that there's that you and your partner find out that you're being transferred, or they're being transferred to a new head office with their current business or something like that, and now you guys have to up and move. It can also be a significant change in your life, retirement. It can also be a significant change where there's children, grandchildren, those kinds of things that come into your life that create a deep change between the two of you and affect each of you equally. So that's kind of the energy that's related to the death card. So, Cancer, I am now going to pull a Wisdom for Healing card. So let's see what advice Spirit has for you for the month of November, Cancer. These cards are really, really big. This one here keeps popping it. This is the second time it's kind of stuck out. So I'm going to pull that one. And it is See the Synchronicity. So the lesson of this card is to take note of all the synchronistic happenings and coincidences that occur throughout the month, and know that nothing happens by accident. So your goal for the month of November, Cancer, is to appreciate the divine details that are woven into every moment of your life. So that is See the Synchronicity. And now I'm going to pull a Living Reiki healing card. So let's see what healing advice Spirit has for you, Cancer, for the month of November. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so we have the right path. Okay, so the message here is, if you are feeling fearful, depressed, or pessimistic, this indicates that something is wrong in your life, or you are not going in the right direction. Whereas if you are feeling enthusiastic, optimistic, or content, then you are on the right path, doing what you need to do, being who you really are. So that's all about the right path and finding the right path for you, Cancer. So this concludes your general reading for the month of November. Thank you, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment, and take care, Cancer.